All right, guys, we're going to go over a couple things for June 1st and 2nd. Really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this. I think it'll put us ahead of the game when we start practice on Tuesday. But essentially, we're just going to go through a couple of things. We're going to start with our defense patterns, breakout patterns, clearing. Going to look at a little bit of riding, and then obviously some offense. So we're going to start out with our clearing pattern. Basically, what we want to try to do out of our clear is we want to try to get a fourth midfielder on. We're going to try to fill the different spots of the field, all right, with a base defender breaking out to each side, and our goaltender has got to work to get to X behind the goal so that we are deep. So if there's a ground ball and the defender gets the ball, then they can roll and they can use our goaltender to swing the ball to the weak side, okay? We'd like to have our long stick midi break out to the face-off X, and we're going to nickname him the Fox. All right, the box is going to be on this side. All right, substitution area is over there. So the corner opposite, okay, is going to be one of our two short sticks. So we've got a long stick here. All right, we've got two defenders in the corners, and then we're going to have our third defender is going to break out. And we want to try to break out over the shoulder, be a threat to get upfield. A lot of times middies fall back and find other middies, and sometimes you go into the box as a long pole, and all of our poles can handle. We can hit you, and you might be able to get transition. So make sure you're looking for the ball, but we're going to send that third defender off the field, okay, and have a middy come on for him. So he's going to be called the hook. All right, so the hook is going to go off, and a middy's going to come on. All right, we're going to send one of our short sticks to the corner opposite. All right, he should break out over the shoulder, looking upfield. Goalie's off the pitch. This should be your first look. Try to get the ball upfield and away from the box. A lot of times people tell you to look back where the shot came from. That's a good option as well. But if it's a later read, then let's stay with this cop. And whoever's breaking to the cop spot, make sure you're going full speed, because we need to take the ride with you. So you guys, the Fox, long stick, get upfield hard, okay? And that'll allow us to have space underneath. And we can allow our hound, our second short stick, to stay underneath and swing underneath the ride, and then we might be able to get him the ball and get it out, okay? So that's pretty much our breakout pattern, okay? We end up with a look on the field that's going to have basically a 3-1-3. That gives us good spacing. And now if we take that spacing and we put our cop, our fox, our hook, our hound, all right, our defender, our goalie and our defender, and now we've got our 3-1-3 clearing look, okay? All right, there's one goal, there's the other goal. So you've got your 3-1-3 clearing look. And now what we want to do to release out of this is we want to release on an outside clear. All right, again, this was the box area. All right, and we're going to call this outside release. We're going to tie these two outside players, all right, tie them together. They're going to be one unit. And then we're going to tie this inside group together. They're going to be a second unit. One's the outside group, one's the inside group. Okay, in the outside release, we're going to send the hook upfield, and we're going to bring the fox over, and we're going to go into an open clear look. Okay, that allows us to get the long stick off the field for the fourth short. All right, again, outside release. Okay, the cop and the hook are releasing out, and the hound will come up and give us that outside open look. So from that open look, now we can matriculate the ball 3v2 up the field, and we can find out which side has the third attackman, and then we can try to release somebody off over the field as you're carrying up defenders. We'll call this the weak side, the Willie, or the strong side, Sammy, as your read. So goaltenders, as you're reading as we come up the field, you got a Sammy or Willie call that tells pretty much which side that you want to release the ball, you want to release over the midfield, okay? If we call out Detroit, all right, that means both of you are going to stay on side, and you're just going to clear space, and we're going to just carry over with our defenseman. So D for Detroit is the defenseman carrying over. All right. So that's our basic clear pattern. Should we see a 10-man? And highly doubt it, but should we see a 10-man, then we would just crash back to the ball, all right, with our cop, our fox, our hound, our hook. Okay, as the ball gets thrown on and over, that's probably when you'll see a team come into a 10-man. We just want to crash back to the ball with these blast cuts. All right, we'll blast cut the two inside players back to the ball, and then we can drag, all right, drag cut the diagonal player. Okay, usually in a 10-man, they ride 1, 2, here's your string, there's 3, they'll ride strong side, and this middy's got to get back on side. And usually that means that this drag cutter, because they've got to cover here, that's 6, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players. That means this drag cut middy is the guy who's open. His man went back on side to allow their defender to come over and 10-man you. So this is what we call a drag cut. So this look is a diagonal look. We call it diagonal. Defenseman, your over passes, okay? We call over. And then anything when someone's open inside, we just call inside. So, all right, it's a quick synopsis of clearing. Obviously, I went very fast, but you can watch this over again to try to catch anything you may have missed. But I'd like to have you guys have these patterns down and ready to go by Tuesday's practice, okay? Great.